your landscaping coach here in Northern California, in Sebastopol, California, up right outside Santa Rosa. And we have our landscape contractor convention going on in Santa Rosa. And I got off the beaten path today and decided to come over to one of the nurseries here in Northern California and discover a new spot for our Yardee Nation that's up here in Northern California. We're at a very unique nursery. It's called Botanica. Uh, it's a shade gardens. It's a botanical gardens and natural botanical reserve located here in Sebastopol, California. So I'm gonna just walk you through the nursery. It has a lot of history to it. They have redwood trees, some coastal redwoods, and also some dawn redwoods, which are actually deciduous redwoods. And they pride themselves in a lot of different types of azaleas and shade-loving plants. And so that's pretty much the emphasis of this particular tour here of this botanical gardens, is of the shade-loving plants they have. They do some hybridizing, and also they do some of their own plantings of different things they want to have going on. And it has a really rich history. It's been around for about 60 years or so. And so we're just going to walk through the nursery. I'm going to show you some of the highlights, and hopefully you can pick up some information that you'll be able to use for your landscaping at your home, because that's the whole purpose of this live video, is to be able to educate you on what you can do at your home or at your business when it comes to landscaping and design and how plants work. So that's the purpose of the Yardee Nation, is to encourage, to embrace, and empower you to go ahead and do what you got to do to make your landscapes be award winners. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, this is the nursery here, and they specialize in shade-loving plants. Check out these azaleas right here. Now, different shade-loving plants, they are blooming at different times of the year. So we have all different types of azaleas and camellias that will be blooming at various times of the year. So as we go through, we may see some plants that are in bloom and some plants that are not in bloom. But the main thing I want to point out is that this particular botanical garden and reserve, they specialize in shade-loving plants. Now, it's really cool because check these redwoods out. These are coastal redwoods. Man, they're huge. And from what I understand from Amy, the owner, these redwoods were planted like I think in 1975. But on the opposite side here, what they call dawn redwoods. And these are actually deciduous redwoods. There's a stand of like about 8 or 9 of them here. And then on the other side, we have a stand of at least about 10 or 12 redwoods here. And I see Amy down here. She's doing some, so we'll walk down and talk with her, so she can tell us a little bit more history about these trees and a little bit more about the nursery. Let's look at staghorn. That staghorn is beautiful, but this is a really unique place. It has a lot of different ferns and stuff going on, all shade-loving plant material, canopy. We got their filtered sunlight for their canopy, which lends a really perfect environment for shade-loving plants. Amy,
Yes,
how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, we're live here, so
Okay.
I just
Working.
hey, for sure. What are you doing?
I'm filling little pots so that little starter plants can go in them.
So most of your starters, are they like from seedlings that came off of plants and trees here at the nursery?
Propagation from cuttings,
Wow,
and we have a propagation greenhouse.
nice.
My good.
Give me a little bit of background about the botanical garden and the nursery here.
Can we stop? No, can we stop? Yeah, no. Really. I should tell you that we do close at 4. So
Okay.
if you want to walk through the back.
Okay,
there,
no problem, no problem. Well, at least tell me about the redwood trees.
The dawn redwoods. Well, they're the only deciduous redwood as far as I know. They're cousins to the coastal redwoods, but they in the fall turn yellow and orange, and they lose all their foliage, and then they come back in the spring, and they're bright and green and young looking, and just very, very different from all the other redwoods.
And so you specialize in a lot of the shade-loving plants here, right?
Yeah, that's been traditionally the specialty here. The
Uh-huh.
focus.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and walk down here because you have a different part of this nursery that's the reserve, right? Well, I hear all that
Yeah,
water stuff going on.
right. So yeah, just go down and turn to your right between the coast redwoods, and you'll see signs there. But Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you while you're working.
Oh.
I know you got a time dance skills going on, but I'll go ahead and walk through.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Lady's busy. Can't be bothering when she's busy. They're going to close up here at 4. And so we're just going to go ahead and walk through the forest and kind of get an idea of what's going on. Check that out. But back here is kind of like an enchanted garden aspect of it. And you have your gardens this way. You have your pond going off that way. So we'll go back this way to the gardens, kind of check this out. You have all your perennials. These are like all shade-loving perennials. And wow, check this out. It's like almost like a bog area here. This is a really beautiful place to come through and to do like a day tour of this particular nursery, because you can be able to see all the different things that's happening here. This is here in Northern California, but as you can see here, this is like a bog. And so you can see all the different kinds of plant material that is conducive, that'll grow really well in these type of conditions, shaded. I know like down where we're at in Southern California, we don't have that type of opportunity. There's some places that are pretty shaded, like in the San Gabriel areas. There are some foresty type areas, but nothing like that like we have here in Northern California. Going across a little footbridge, and you see a lot of different plant materials that's just growing naturally here. That's your creek going through here. A lot of different ferns, a lot of azaleas and camellias that have naturalized. You have a rock garden, it's back over that way. Fern, queen of the forest, silver tree fern. And this is a little area you can congregate and talk, have a little meeting, have a big old, like an Australian tree fern right there. It's really nice. And another zone over in that area there. A lot of plant material. If you notice, a lot of the leaves, they just let them lay. I mean, going through and raking them all up. A lot of nutrients are put back into the soil from when the leaves drop, and they basically biodegrade. And so that's one thing about having a garden, is that sometimes you don't have to clean up every leaf that drops, because it's a natural way for the plant to be able to get its nutrients is from the leaves that drop. So some litter is fine. So hey, check that out. It's a deer just went through there. Wow, big one. Nice. I don't know if you caught it or not, but it was a pretty good sized deer that went through. And but getting back to the leaves, all this natural foliage that falls down through time, it decomposes, it composes, and it leaves us with nutrients that are going to be beneficial for the soil, and also from the standpoint of helping to keep the soil with different minerals and nutrients that are vital for the plants and the trees and the shrubs' health. That's important. But this is almost like a little maze, man. This garden back here just goes and goes and goes. And it'd be really nice to come back again and do another walk or tour like in the springtime. So being able to see this nursery, botanical reserve, at a different time of the year to see how things change, it probably takes on a really fantastic look and flavor. But also you'll be able to see different types of plant materials that grow in the understory of the trees here, because you have a really high canopy of different types of trees. You have maples, you have azalea trees, you have rhododendron trees, probably some alder trees that are up in this area here. And the plant material that grows under it is very important that you come through and you take notes and take pictures, because in that way you can be able to tell what type of plant material grows best in this type of environment. Sometimes you can go online, they'll tell you, oh, plant this is good in shade, blah, blah, blah. But what I found over time in doing landscape projects, taking time out just to do a walk through a garden like this, and you'll be able to notice and look, and you can tell what grows best where, at what type of, that's a beautiful maple there. At what time of year, check that out. That's not a maple. This is not a maple tree. This is a different type of shrub. I have to find out what that is. What time of year it blooms, where it grows best, if it's full shade, partial shade, if it's got a certain amount of sun. If it's right up under the tree canopy, or if it's planted, far away, if it's in the really moist, wet areas of the landscape, or if it's just in a more of a dry area, check that out. That's beautiful down there. Hear the frogs going on, making their noise. Got a lot of lichens and stuff just growing here naturally on the railing. That's what I love about Northern California. It's a different aspect of life up here, especially in this part of town, Santa Rosa. They get a lot of seasonal rains, and like we're in November, so this is getting into the rainy season. So I think it might have rained yesterday. I think it's supposed to rain tonight, but it's really nice. I'm able to take a walk through here when it's not raining to share this live cast with you. There's a lot of fall color going on here in the town. I notice a lot of trees are turning different colors because of the cold. Nice redwood tree there. And we'll walk down here towards the pond before they get ready to close up here. It's 3:34. We got a little bit of time. So walk back this way towards the pond. And so if you're here in Northern California, you need to come and visit this nursery because they have a lot of plant material that's available. And I know that different times of the year it'll be blooming. You have a lot of irises. Check this out. This is camellia, but these are irises. These are like all coastal irises that are growing underneath the redwood trees. So there's a design tip for you. If you want to be able to have some type of height around and create some character along a pathway, understory of trees, throw in some irises. They're really simple. I have jobs where I use irises, or actually bulbs, a lot, where people want color changes and they don't want to pay for a lot of color changes throughout the year. But here's a perfect example of how you can utilize bulbs, and in this case irises, from understory of these redwood trees in order to create some character, some really beautiful color as you walk along the path. You got some really big ferns here that are understory underneath of these redwoods here, and these are all like naturally along the way. So we'll keep going back. I can hear the pond. Let's go up this way. Oh, there it is there. Okay. Wow, this is great. All gardens have several water features. All kids under the age of 12 must be accompanied by an adult. Check this out. Here you go. Here's another example of color in the understory under this huge redwood tree. Really nice color. These look like cyclamens. This may be a different variety of cyclamens. I know the cyclamens at this time of year are blooming and they're being sold as an annual. Look at that. That's really great. Look like they made a bench, a picnic table of some redwood. Nice. And there's all your natural redwood fern droppings that create this cushiony mulch underneath. And here's your pond. Check that out. Beautiful. Nice and quiet and serene. Ooh-wee. And as you go along the trail here, as we go back, this goes on and on. I mean, you look up over there, there's trails that go back over that way. So from a standpoint of a botanical reserve, this is a perfect place to come to enjoy a day and walk through and enjoy nature. I would really appreciate it if I was living up this area to be able to come in and to do a walk through here at different times of the year in different seasons and see the different changes that's happening here and learn more about what I could do in my home, in my business, if I have an area that's really heavily shaded, because this is total shade around here. This is a total shade garden. But just showing you a lot of ferns and stuff that's planted around here. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this video. Let me know if you like when I visit different nurseries and show you how to utilize plant material in your landscape. Give me a thumbs up, comment, yeah man, if you like that, if you like this video as I'm going through. Some nice ornamentation. Being able to use landscape ornaments and artwork and art pieces is critical in some situations, especially like right here, where you have a landscape where you have a pond, you have a situation where you want to add a little bit of artwork to the pond, and that just lends a lot of credibility and credence to the job site. I mean, that adds a really special touch to your landscape work and your property. And there's your backdrop. The leaves are falling here in the fall. Big azalea trees here. We'll walk all the way around. Look down in there. And they have a lot of different plant materials and stuff that's going down in the reserve. And so we'll walk around the trail here. It's really cool because they have a lot of picnic tables. So if you have a little lunch you want to pack up and be able to bring the family through here and have a picnic lunch, there you go. They have a boat here, so I guess every now and then they may go out on the pond and do things. Maybe it's just for the employees to do their maintenance. A lot of ferns. Different types of ferns. This looks like a western sword fern, and this is more like your Australian tree ferns. I can't think of the botanical name right now, but you utilize them quite a bit. They're really nice and airy. Check that out. That's how they use that cyclamen. It's just natural. And you see where they have the insects that have gotten onto the azaleas, and they're doing their thing, eating the leaves. But hey, this is a natural situation here, so you don't have to be going out to the stores and buying chemical to kill them all off. Leave it alone. That's part of the process of nature, of letting things take its course. And if it gets out of hand, just let the biological aspects of nature put it back into place and put it back into play. Oh wow, this is just a really nice trail here. A lot of lichens, a lot of picture taking opportunities here at this nursery, this botanical reserve. Check out the moss on the tree here. It's nice, just picturesque. Look at that, really nice. But you know, like I said, this condition is conducive for shady areas, and in this particular zone here, all this plant material is conducive for this zone. So for your Northern Californians, if you want some ideas about shade-loving plants, this is a place you want to come to. Our Southern California viewers and other viewers from other parts of the country that may be more arid, this may not be the place for you to come to in order to buy plant material, but it is a place for you to visit if you're here in Southern California, or actually Northern California, and want to enjoy a really nice place. They made some nice chairs, benches out of these redwood trees. So they just cut them down and made seats out of them. Look at the mass redwoods. Wow. Just immense. These are coastal redwoods. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to kind of end it here at the pond because it's getting close to time when the nursery is going to close up. So I just wanted to say thank you for viewing my videos, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that notification bell so when videos like this come up, live stream or our regular stream of videos that we put out, that you can comment and let me know what you think about the videos. And thanks for your support, and I look forward to doing the next video. You never know, like I say, you never know when your boy may be in your part of town sharing information so I can educate, empower, and encourage. I want to encourage, empower, and educate you to do the best that you can with your landscape. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.